Welcome back to another episode of the PokeStop Podcast. I am your host, Zach Bra, as always, joined by my amazing co-host, Thad Wan. Thad, how are you doing today?
Zach, I am doing dandy. I will be way better once I resolve these internet issues, but other than that, fantastic.
You know what? I think everyone's like always in that boat. Like, I feel like every internet provider just sucks. Like, there's just like,
Yep.
there's no good ones. You just try to find like the least terrible one. And it's never
literally just like it's a race to the bottom for sure.
It literally is. It's just like, I don't know. It sucks. It's very unfortunate. But you know what's not unfortunate? The Pokemon trading card game. You know, this weekend I went to 2 League Cups, which is a really big shock. You know, I never go to Cups. So
Shocking.
To be able to attend a cup is just so exciting. I definitely haven't attended like 30 already this season. I'm actually, I don't really want to know how many I've attended. I would actually kind of be depressed by the number, I think.
It would be probably a lot more than you think.
I think it'd be less, actually. Because I just think I go to so many cups that like the number I would put out there is just unattainable. I don't know.
You know, I feel like if you could...
It's probably in the 20s.
You could get, for how many cups you've been to?
Yeah.
So far this year, yeah. I would probably say so. I feel like you've at least been to, on average, at least 1 cup a weekend.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a cup, I'm playing. Like, I don't know. And it's like, I genuinely just enjoy playing in cups. I hate playing in challenges. Like, playing in challenges is terrible. Because it's like, if you're trying to win, you lose one round in a challenge to like, you know, your deck didn't work. You know, you played like festival lead. You know what I mean? Like, people just bring the most random stuff to challenges.
Yeah, I mean, there's a challenge tonight, and I am definitely not going to it. So
I have been to 22 cups this season.
Yep. That checks out. We're about... That's a little bit less than 1 a week. No, that's about 1 a weekend since the season began.
Yeah. I think I'm on par for where I was at last season. I think last season I'll probably do more just because there was like a solid 3-month gap where I didn't play the game. In like the prismatic format, like I just had zero interest in playing the game. Until like the end of that format, I just didn't care. Because I was like, I don't want to deal with Budu. And every deck was just adding, like Budu was just like, it was like when Night Treacher came out in Shrouded Fable, like everyone just threw that in there and just like expected that to be like, make your deck good. Like we just play bad decks, but we added a Budu, so it slows them down. And then in theory, we can set up. And then it wasn't the case. Because Fan Rotom existed.
Very true. Yeah, I just didn't where you were at last season with Prismatic, I am at that point now with like this weird gap between Phantasmal and Ascended and then basically Perfect Order. So
yeah,
I have zero interest in Standard right now. I honestly am just looking forward to post rotation. Maybe the game gets fun again. Some of the decks that irritate me will rotate out. Not that they really irritate me. It's just like there are just some decks that have been around for too long.
I mean, yeah, we've had the same decks for like the last 6 months. You know, like the same decks have been really good like this entire season.
Yeah, like when was the last time Gardevoir was a bad play? Like objectively a bad play.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like for real. Like the top 5, like so the first regional we had, was that Merida? I think it was Merida. I think that was the first, or Monterey, sorry. The first North American event was Monterey, and like Guardy did really well. I think wasn't it like a Guardy mirror in finals?
Yep.
That was like the start of a bond, just like shredding the entire season. Yeah, so like that tournament, the top 5 decks were Dragapult, Raging Bolt, Goldango, Gardevoir, and Charizard.
Yep.
4 of those
So
5 are
nothing's
still the
changed.
top 4 decks right now. Yeah, like literally nothing changed. The only thing that has changed is Lunatone and Solrock have made Goldango the best turbo deck and have made Raging Bolt the worst turbo deck. Like nothing else has changed. A singular fact has changed. And like as someone who plays a ton of Goldango, I'm so ready for rotation. Like half of my games, I feel bad. Because it's just like, they just get blown off the board. Because it's like, I'm drawing like 6 cards a turn without playing a 2-prize Pokemon. Like, it's absurd. And then you start throwing in Dangos, and you throw in Fez, and like, you throw in all these different things. Like, the deck just has everything. Like, it's actually insane. Like, there's just nothing that deck doesn't, there's nothing that deck cannot do if it sets up.
Yeah, I'm just at this point where like you're either playing Dango or you're playing a deck that beats Dango directly.
Yeah.
Like there's just you can't play around Dango. You have to play through Dango.
Yeah, you can't avoid it. I just don't think that's possible. Like I think this weekend in Toronto, we're gonna see, I think 20% Goldango.
Oh yeah, it'll be definitely Dango. One of
huge.
Dango's like heaviest plays.
For sure. Yeah, 100%.
Well, and like that kind of speaks like the best of 3 format too. Like, are you really gonna? Do you think you're gonna get through 3 games with Guardy, or do you think you're gonna get through 3 games with Dango?
That's kind of why I avoid setup decks. Like 1, I just don't enjoy playing them that much. And 2, like if I'm gonna have to play quickly, I'd rather play quickly with a turbo deck that is designed to be played quickly. And it's just like, people are just too slow for me to like I think this happened to you in San Antonio when we went there like a year ago, and you just hit like 3 Guardy decks that just played really slow. And you just like you couldn't finish a set.
Yeah, dude, I played Turbo Moon. And like I'm through my turn and like 5 or 6 action. Like obviously your first turn with that deck was like
100 steps. Yeah, that was any PokeStop deck too.
Yeah, I mean you're just gonna like chew through the deck. You're gonna squawk. You're gonna.
I'm playing half my deck, and you're just like trying to go as fast as possible with the first turn. It was also nice. We didn't have any item lock then either. God, what a time to be alive. No item lock. Beautiful.
There was item lock. You found it.
What was the item lock?
You played against it. Venomoth.
Bro, don't even. Why you got to do this to me? Why do you bring back my worst moments? That was actually insane because I started the tournament 1-0 and then proceeded to hit like Venomoth, Snorlax, and like Cornerstone, Ogerpon, Mimikyu, which none of those decks were good plays for that tournament.
Nope.
Like I think there were like less than like 50 of each in the entire room. And it was just like, I was like, this is insane.
You got the worst of it.
And every person didn't win a game after they hit me. Like that actually made me so annoyed. That like I hit the counter and then they couldn't beat anyone else.
They probably had to play against all the Guardies that I was playing.
Probably, yeah.
Not getting through their freaking turns, dude.
Yeah, it was insane. You were so mad, but we had brisket, so it was actually fine.
Well, we went back to the hotel, took a fat ass nap, and then
we did. Yeah, that was worth it. That was 100% worth it, though.
On that midday regional nap, while our friend Joe is just out there grinding,
trying to survive.
Dude played like 3 winning in rounds, like back to back to back.
Yeah, what a time!
And
that was honestly though, like as terrible as the tournament was, it was still a really fun weekend. I think San Antonio is like such a cool city.
Yeah, I would go back to San Antonio for sure.
Like not even because of like the food, just like the city itself was just very cool.
Oh yeah, it was a cool city. There's like a lot to do. There's like, I don't know, it's like historic in a lot of ways. Sorry, I'm just
Yeah,
fixing
like I
my
think
camera real quick
you're
while I
good.
talk.
I think we literally just like stumbled upon um uh the Alamo, which
We
was kind
did.
of crazy.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of insane just to like randomly like just stumble upon the Alamo, which is just like, you know,
I mean,
just
when in Texas, I
it was
guess.
really cool. Like it was really cool. Um I also forget how many like Bible Belt people live out there, and like we literally just saw like the dude preaching on the street, which was genuinely hilarious.
It was so fun.
Like that guy was highlight of my weekend. And it was like the most stereotypical like guy standing on the milk, like the milk crate. Like it was great. It was hilarious, honestly. Shout out that guy.
W that guy.
W that guy. But one thing I do want to get to, do you want to just jump into the tier list?
Yeah, let's just get right into the good old Toronto tier list.
Let's do it. So first up, honestly, we're just gonna get the the big boys out of the way. Goldango Lunatone. I think that's just S tier. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna say that and Guardy Jelly are just S tier.
Yeah, the thing is, like, those are the two decks you have to be able to beat to be successful.
Like
this
if you don't
weekend.
have a 50-50 at least into those decks, you're just not gonna have fun.
No.
You know, we could talk for hours about like how insane those decks are. Up next, we have Dragapult Dusknoir. I think Dragapult is super good right now. Genuinely. You beat Charizard. You have a very good chance if like Goldango doesn't have like a really good setup to beat that. I feel like Guardy, if you respect it, you can beat pretty quick, pretty successfully. I think it really just comes down to like I feel like Guardy has always, especially like since like post rotation, Guardy has always just been like that deck that like is really good if you're really good, and like if you're like not, you know, in that like top 1% player in the game, like it's just not a good deck for you. And I think Guardy.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think Guardies really comes down to, are they playing TM Evo or are they heavy rare candy?
Yeah.
Because like you kind of get bodied by TM Evo builds because they're just setting up and disrupting your hand, right? You're building up these big hands and you're really like early game not loving the hand disruption.
Yeah.
Especially if you end up having the like pop Dusknoirs or Dusclopses early. So hand disruption can be kind of tricky. So yeah, I think if you're playing like aggressive Guardy, you're probably really favored in a Pult.
Yeah.
The Henry Chow Guardies of like the last few months probably a little unfavored.
That's fair. I think but that is on the list, so we'll get to that in a little bit. I think as far as Dragapult, I think it is A tier. I think it's really good.
Yep, I think it's good.
I don't think it's quite S tier.
No,
but like Dragapult's really good. Dusknoir's really good. Like, you know, I don't love how slow the deck is though. That's my one issue with it. I kind of wish it played rare candies, but I also understand why it doesn't.
Yeah.
But that I think is like its one weakness is just the ability to kind of punish it. If you can like, if they only get like one Dreepy or one Dracloak and being able to like punish that and slow them down an extra turn. I think especially for Goldango players is a lot of times what makes or breaks your matchup. But up next, we have probably one of the newer decks on this list, the Charizard Noctowl. That's like the Terrazard with Dawn. That I believe was that Ovend. Did he win the regional with that?
No, there was somebody else. I
I
have
think
no
was it
idea.
Styborg or something. It's been so. It's also insane that we've gone 6 weeks without a regional. Just with like the Christmas break and everything, like it just feels like we've gone so long without an event.
Yeah.
I think this Charizard list, I think it's like B. I think Zard is very mid right now.
I think that this is the worst version of Zard right now.
I think he's just really poorly positioned with how good like Pult and Guardy are.
But
and
also,
like just
like,
item lock
there
in
are
general.
decks. There are decks teching in Watchtowers, though. And
Yeah.
the increase of play in Watchtower is only going to just drive the ability for that deck to even work and function
This deck
way
just,
the heck down.
if you don't set up, you just lose.
Yeah.
Like I think it loses, and like that is fair for like every deck does that. But I feel like for this deck, it's just so much harder. Like it's just crazy. I don't know.
Well, just because you play so much Pokemon.
Yeah.
You play the same amount of Pokemon that like Lugia did.
Without having a broken stage 2.
Yeah.
That just searches the deck. That does the work for you. Like it's crazy.
There are some similarities, but like overall they're so different. But like you're playing the same amount of Pokemon, so that just feels bad.
Yeah.
Like 20-something Pokemon right now in a deck just feels bad.
It's really, really difficult. I think like the Noctowl engine right now is just not in a good spot. Which I think post rotation it gets better. But right now I think B tier. I think it's just a mid deck. Like if you run hot with it, you'll do well. If not, you're kind of cooked. Up next, let's do the other Charizard variant. Just like Old Faithful, Charizard Pidgeot, Klefki. Kind of like the Jackson Ford list from Milwaukee.
Yeah, or like just the Oiven build.
Yeah. Just like, no Noctowl Charizard. I think it's better right now than the Terrazard, but also mid.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably give it.
I think it's just more consistent as far as setup.
It is, but it's still not a very good play right now.
Yeah, with as good as I think Pult will have a pretty good chunk of the meta, and that just makes Charizard like not a good play. Like that's always how it goes. As Pult goes up, Charizard goes down. As Pult goes down, Charizard goes up. Like they're just like, I don't know, they're just like yin and yang in that sense.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put them in B as well. Up next, probably my least favorite deck ever made. Kangaskhan Buffalant. And I'm kind of pairing this as like the Kangaskhan, the Buffalant, the Crustle, like just the wall. I think this is just like the new wall deck.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it's just try to tank as many turns as you can.
Yeah, just try and create a checkmate scenario.
Yeah.
I think it's very bad. I'll be honest. I think I don't know how you beat Guardy. I think
how you beat Golden Go.
A good Golden Go player will demolish this. Like I think after I understood how this deck functioned, I think I've lost to it one time. And it was like I prized Bunnery, Lopunny, and the Evo. Like I prized every piece of the combo.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And I think I still took like 4 or 5 prizes on it too. So like,
just crazy.
Yeah, I needed my Lopunny not to be prize number 5. So it happens.
Never lucky.
Literally. I think this is D tier. I just don't think it's good. I think it's like any control deck. It's really good when no one's ready for it, and people are currently ready for it.
I would agree with that.
Up next, another control deck, the Mega Absol box. I think, all right, this is going to be a hot take. I think this deck is broken right now.
Really?
Yes. because no one's
Wow.
ready. No one's ready for it. I think a lot of people are kind of more prepared for like the Kangaskhan Bufalot control stuff, so they're not as focused on like retreat lock. So like an Evil Tall can just obliterate someone's day.
That's fair. But like then I guess we'll get to this in a minute. But if you think that's like a rated play, where do you put that in the tier list? Like if you think that's like a high rated play.
I think it's an A tier play, but as far as like, I think it'll be like less than like 2%.
So A tier play, what would so let's put a little bit of a pin in this. What if we start talking about Grim Snarl?
Yeah, but Grim sucks.
Because that also has the retreat lock built into it.
Yeah, but they don't have like Mega Absol. Like taking
What is
away,
Mega Apple?
you just
Oh,
take
you're
it.
talking
Yeah,
about just hands.
the 200 discard a card.
Okay.
Because I think I've been talking to some Absol players about this too, and I think like the way they were talking about it, I kind of understand what they're going for. Like they're almost baiting you with the first Absol, and then they start the retreat lock.
Why would they do something so mean?
Because they're Absol players and they hate fun.
What?
I know, it's crazy. Control players don't want you to have fun. I know this is a novel concept to you. As a control player,
This revelation.
yeah, I know, it's crazy. I think it's bottom of A, top of B kind of play right now.
Okay.
Because it also plays like Max Penny. So if you can't one shot stuff, they just pick it up, slap it right back down.
Slapping it right back down.
Just plopping it on the table, you know?
Crazy work.
Do you agree?
I agree.
All right. Up next, my second favorite deck ever made. Alakazam, Dead Unsparse. I think right
Unironically,
now, go ahead.
Unironically, kind of a smart play.
I think it's the opposite. I think it's, if you want to only beat Goldango, play it. If you just think you're going to hit 12 Goldangos, then yes, this is a great play.
I think it's a great day one play.
That's okay. Yeah, I would agree with that. If your goal is day 2 and like you just kind of want to like farm Goldangos into day 2, I think this deck is fine.
Yeah, it's definitely not making top 8. It's not making, it's not making any big waves or doing anything spicy.
You're not going to beat like round 12 table 5. You know what I mean? Like when all the Guardies consolidate at the top, you're not winning that. Like that deck.
I also don't know how you beat Dragapult.
I don't know how you beat more than 2 Ionos. That's my big issue with the deck, is like they just disrupt and put something stage 2 in front of you and say, enjoy not being able to draw to 16.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to put it in C. I don't think it's as bad as like Kangaskhan, but I definitely don't think it's as good as like Absol or maybe Charizard.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Up next, we have En's Zoroark. Now we had a little bit of drama on the timeline this week, because we did have some random person posted. They won I think they won locals with like the Liam Halliburton Zoroark list. And like people on the internet were like yelling at this guy, saying like you shouldn't leak his list. And I'm gonna be honest, if you're a player and you post a deck list in a semi-public Discord or on a Metafy class, you don't get to like say don't leak. Like that's you've leaked. Like that is the leak.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I don't like, if I take like an axe to my pipes in my basement, I don't go like, wow, I can't believe these pipes are leaking. Like you put it, you're the cause of the leak, my guy. I don't know. That's just my thought. Is like you don't get to like cry leak when you post it. And like
No.
you know, if you have a broke like any player, you know, if you have what you believe is the fucking sauce for the tournament, you're not posting it. You know what I mean? Like you do well at the tournament and then you post it and then you post the Metafy. Like I don't know. I don't think I've ever paid for a Metafy course without there being a recent like really good placement with that deck by that person.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, like I don't know.
And it has to be like it has to be recent. It can't just be like, okay, this person did well with this 6 months ago.
Yeah, for sure. Like I've only bought a couple. I think I bought like Christian Fontenot's Bolt List after Atlanta last year. Cause like him and Blitzel worked on it and they both did really well with that tournament. I bought a Zard class Tord did. But that was more just because it was like my first regional back and I just like wanted to like be as prepared as possible going into it.
Damn, yeah, that's crazy. I think I only ever bought one. I bought who it was Andrew Hedrick's Lugia.
Okay.
It was for Orlando 2023.
Gotcha. But I think the Zorak list, I played against one at locals last week, and the way that we built like 5 Toad Scrolls was actually really scary. So I think this deck can beat Dango. I don't know if your typing is enough to beat Gardevoir, especially with them playing the Mega Diancie.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's probably just like one of those like we'll see.
I mean, Diancie's gonna take at least 4 prizes before you knock it out.
Yeah, and I know they're playing the low punny now. So like maybe that's a way to deal with it. I'm not really sure.
But like you're never knocking it out.
I don't know. Yeah.
In just one hit.
Yeah, but they also can't really one shot you.
If they're playing aggro guardy, a lot of players are putting Dusknoir back in, or not Dusknoir, Drifloon back in.
Yeah. Yeah, they need like what is it? Drifloon with probably 10. Like 100 on the Drifloon, and then you use Monkey 30 onto the low punny.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, so it's very doable. And then also, I think if they do that, it's so impactful.
The Henry Chow 60 is currently playing a Lux Cape.
That's the next one on the list. I'm actually really, really intrigued by that. But I think as far as Zoroark, I think it's actually A tier.
Yeah. I think, well, I gotta go B. I'm gonna have to disagree. I'm gonna have to go B. Because you're only beating, at least in my opinion, I think you're only beating maybe Dango if you get super lucky. Right? Like you cannot prize your Toad Scroll line. You cannot prize your TM Evos. Like you really gotta go like you have to be able to put that down and you have to be able to stop them from getting energy back out of the discard. If they can even just buy a turn getting energy back.
I don't think they do. Because it plays like
it plays like you just gotta rely. Like just having to heavy rely on the Toad Scroll just always being active. If you can build a bunny and just keep gusting it.
I think that's what you have to do as Dango and just try and like burn their resources. And like it's crazy because this deck runs like 2 Super Rods, a 2/2 Toad Scroll line, and 3 Evos. So it's like they constantly I literally had an opponent build 4 Toad Scrolls. Like that, and that took all my gust.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like you have to be able to do that. If you miss a beat doing that, you lose the game.
I don't think they missed the beat. I think this deck is built not to miss the beat, especially with Zoroark. You just draw so much. We can do B. That's fine. I don't think
I just don't think it's as consistent as it should be. You're
It's fair.
playing a lot of just weird techs. There's like a 3 Toro in the list.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, honestly.
So
But
I don't know. I feel like you're gonna miss a beat at some point.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how that deck ends up doing this weekend. Up next, the Henry Chow like turbo Guardy. What if they're just baiting everyone with this? Like, you imagine if they're just like they're just like making a terrible Guardy list and then they don't play it.
I think.
I don't think they are because I haven't seen any Metaphys on this list, which is like usually my indication that a deck is actually really good when we're not trying to like monetize like hype.
Yeah. Well, I think they all realize like the deck is really good.
Yeah.
It's very well positioned right now.
Man, I think I'm going A.
With Aggro Guardy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got to do A.
Just because, like, we don't know the list. Like, we have no way to know what's in this deck outside of Gardevoir, Drifloon, and Lux Cape.
Yeah.
So, like, unless you're in that testing group or have, like...
Screamtail.
2 Screamtail could be really good, for sure.
Yeah. Rumor is it's 2 Screamtail and a Lux Cape with a Lux Cape and Charm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go A, just because like we just don't know enough about it. But like if it's being played by Henry Chow, it's gonna be really good. Like I think that's just like where we're at. Up next, also a new deck, the Lopunny Dusknoir, the Bunny Bombs, as people are calling it. I think this deck sucks.
Such a bad deck.
You don't beat Dango. You don't beat Dango.
You folded Dango. Yeah.
I also don't think you beat Gardevoir.
Not consistently enough. No.
Like we don't beat S tier. We don't play the game. I think it's a really fun locals deck. I think it's really good for a challenge. I think right now that is your ceiling.
Yep.
Post rotation, maybe it's better. Maybe. But for right now, it is just not. It just ain't doing it.
Sure is not.
Up next, my girl, my boo, Raging Bolt. It's S tier. We're putting it in S tier. No, it's actually really terrible right now. I am so like, man, following Mega Evolution's release, the absolute collapse of Raging Bolt has been actually depressing.
Yeah, I mean,
it died overnight. It died in its sleep. Like that's literally what happened. Rocks came out, and the Ogre-Pons got afraid. That's where we're at.
Oh, 100%.
It's just not good. Like as you know, as someone who played a year and a half of Raging Bolt exclusively, it's just not good anymore. Like you know, we're LeBron James. They gave us a patch to put on our shirt to make us feel good, but really there's better players now. You know?
Yeah, it's not what it used to be, and it definitely is not going the direction that
it's not going to get better.
No.
It's going to progressively get worse, unfortunately.
Yeah, I just don't see it doing anything spectacular anytime soon.
Same.
So then you can just go ahead and count that thing out.
Yeah, like I've played against it a handful of times, and every time I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what your win con is, brother.
You just lose so hard to Dango. It's just
you don't beat
Guardy. Plays in the other decks.
Like it's the same thing with like the Lopunny Dusknoir. You just don't beat Dango or Guardy. Especially now with like the 100 HP Curlia.
Yeah, like, not being like taking your snipe option away. Just that
was because that was like the main win con was the Baby Bolt taking away Curlias, and then being like, now you have to go and hunt down a candy when you don't play Arven.
Yeah,
like it just made the consistency that much worse. Up next, the cran eating deck of the format, Cerule Edge. I think it's C tier. I think it's one of those
I,
decks that you can get a day 2 with on just blowing people off the
vibes.
board. Yeah, like, but when against a good player, you're not going to win.
No, you're not.
So I think it's like in that Alakazam space, which again, post rotation, maybe it's good. I think also a good player will know to play around the Briar and will play around the Briar. Like
100%.
they'll manage their board in a way that you just can't do anything. Up next, our last deck, Terrabox, and I think we're gonna combine like Terrabox and EV Box into the same tier because they do play a lot of the same cards. I think this deck can be really good, but is not very good.
It's really good in the hands of one person, that being one Emma Hagen.
I was gonna say we got to give Emma Hagen their flowers. They have been farming the universe with EVs, and I think that's actually very tippable.
Yeah.
I think if it's Emma Hagen, it's S tier. If it's anyone not named Emma Hagen, I think it's like C tier. Because you do have like water ponds, right? You do have like good snipe and good damage output. I think your biggest issue is just consistency.
And like now they're putting like Dusknoirs in it.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think like a lot of these like Terra decks, I'm also just like, I'm a huge fan of just focusing on consistency overall. As opposed to like teching for stuff. That's my thing. I'd rather win 90% of my games than win 70% of my games trying to beat 100% of my games. That's just me. But that is our tier list that we have for Toronto Regionals. We'll have to see how accurate that ends up being.
Very accurate.
Damn, the most accurate.
You heard it here first.
What new announcements did we have this week?
Well, we got a bunch of new cards announced. Like, I mean, since we've last covered new stuff.
Yeah.
Pokemon proxies.
I'm literally pulling.
I mean, we really have not talked about any of the new stuff that's been announced since it's been announced.
For the
last
perfect
week
order
we talked
stuff.
on. Yeah.
All right. Okay. There's the Decidueye. I think that could be really good. With the ability, if your opponent has exactly 4 cards in their hand, ignore all colorless in this Pokemon's attack cost. And then the attack does for a grass and 3 colorless, just 240. And you discard an energy from their active. So like, could actually be really good against Pult. For a deck that like can't miss energy attachments, forcing an energy attachment to be missed could actually be really good. Also, only a 2-prizer, so not a 3-prize Pokemon, and it is grass, so we can combo that with we can combo that
Vitality,
with Force. Yeah, thank you, Force of Vitality. That could be really good. There's also the new Pavilion, which has an ability. Once during your turn, you may have your opponent shuffle their hand and put all those cards in the bottom of their deck. Then they draw 4 cards. So you don't draw 4 cards. They draw 4 cards.
Yes.
So
it's how you can use the Sniper Eye.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. The Dartrix also has a decent attack as well. 3 colorless, discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon. This attack does 90 damage to that Pokemon. So another really good attack against Dragapult. Being able to snipe those Dracloaks with a stage 1.
Can also be used with Relicanth.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That is that could be really good. Especially if they have like a slow setup. You do the Pavilion, set them to 4, and then snipe their only like Dracloak.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
That could be really powerful, for sure. You could also combo the ignition energy
Can.
because you're
That's
discarding
also
it
something you
anyway,
could do.
so you don't really care. So that could be really interesting. Especially if there's like other attackers you can find to combo with that. Could be very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, I could see this as like a sort of like a Monkey Dory style deck.
For sure. Yeah, that could be very good. We do have, moving to water, the Mega Starmie we got announced 1 water for 120, and it also does a 50 snipe.
Ooh.
Yeah, this one's, I think this guy's kind of mid. The second attack, 3 colorless, so you can use ignition on this one as well. It does 210, and it is a shred, which very mid for a stage 1 3 prizer. But we do have
have
the new
any play.
Dugong, which is kind of cool. The washout ability, once during your turn, you may move a water energy from your benched Pokemon to your active Pokemon. So that could be really good if you have a way to really power that up.
Yeah, just water has no energy acceleration right now, which kind of sucks.
That's the issue. I think I definitely think we're gonna get something. Like I think in a set or two, there's got to be like there's no way we're printing that Dugong and not giving it like something to combo it with.
Yeah, I could see them doing like another like ice breath, like Frostmoth type ability where it's just accelerating energy from your hand to the bench.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
then you move it up with the Gugong.
Mm-hmm. Moving over to fighting, we have the Mega Zygarde has been announced, which will be kind of like I think that's like the headline Pokemon for the Perfect Order set. I think it's very mid. 3 fighting does 200, and next turn you take 30 less. Which I don't think 310. Like I think hitting 340 will not be that difficult.
For who?
I don't know yet. Roaring Moon. I don't know. I think there's like a turbo yet to be announced. I really think that. You're also weak to grass.
Well, I mean,
which I think could be really good post rotation.
Yeah, but I think this is meant to synergize with the next card you're probably going to talk about.
I was going to let you talk about the Dino next, actually.
Oh, you're going to let me talk about... Okay. Yeah, because I love this fucking card. Dude, so Tyrantrum has only ever had 3 printings in the Pokemon TCG. 1 EX, which was awful, and 2 non-EXs. This is a non-EX Tyrantrum with the ability Tyranno Guts. It has a special energy attached. It gets 150 HP. So 180 plus 150, 330. So for 330 HP on a basic 1 prize, or on a stage 2 1 prizer, which is insane. The only thing that sucks is E-Hammer still around, so
yeah.
But like no one's playing it, so like,
is the special energy we're putting with this guy though?
You have options, right? You have the rock fighting energy that's coming out with this set to prevent all effects of attacks done to this
that's
Pokemon
fair.
that has you could do like we lose reversal, but we keep mist energy, so you can do mist.
I kind of hope this guy gets an illustrator rare, because I actually love the design of Tyrantrum.
Tyrantrum is like in my top 5 favorite Pokemon designs. It's unbeatable. There's another special energy that ignition doesn't work because it discards. Another one that I had thought of. Oh, like I think it's medical energy.
Yeah.
That heals 30. So it's something. Really good in GL.
I hope it's
I
good.
really want it to be good in GLC, but it will not be.
Yeah, I think it just does not look that strong. We do have a new metal mega coming out though. We got Mega Skarmory for 2 metal and a colorless. Shuffle all energy from this Pokemon into your deck. This attack does 220 to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So could be a really cool snipe. I just don't see it. I think this is
Nope.
like maybe you play with like Matang, but like we're a 3 prizer knocking out 2 prizers with less than 300 HP. It does have no retreat, which is cool, but like, where's the math? And I just don't. I don't think
see
it's
it.
a thing. Yeah. Up next.
We did skip over. Hold on, you did skip over one card.
What?
The Barbaracle.
Oh. I mean, okay. Yeah. So the stage 1 Barbacle, Barbaracle. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic fighting energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. That could be good.
Not
for
nothing.
sure. Yeah. I'm curious if that has a
Synergizes with the
spot in like
Zygarde.
Lucario.
Nah, because Lucario wants energy and discard. Because you're energy accelerating from the discard with its first attack, and then you're just
That's
annihilating
fair.
things with the second
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Plus, I feel like you don't have that much bench space because you do want to play like the Hariyamas.
Yeah.
So you can
You
have
the
like
Hariyamas, you got the rocks.
Yeah, for sure. But up next, everyone's favorite card from this set, the Meowth, with the Trump Card Catch ability, and this is actually a very interesting ability for the back half of the ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to your bench during your turn, you may search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So Luminion's back, basically. You may only use one ability with Trump card in its name per turn. And then the attack is very terrible. I think we're getting more Trump card abilities. Like, there's no way we're not.
I think
there's no way that wording is very specific to where like we have to be getting something else.
Oh, 100%.
Like, there's no way we're not, right? Like, there's no way they're just like, all right, let's leave this super ambiguous for no apparent reason.
So my theory is, all right, so obviously Meowth EX is just a reprint of Lumineon, which is a reprint of Tapu Lele, which is a reprint of Jirachi EX. Which
Yeah,
is a
like this has
of
been in the
Lapras.
game forever. Like this
This ability's been around for a long time. But in tandem, we've also had several formats with like setup style abilities going all the way back to what is it? Like it's Uxie from
the level X
grading counters. Yeah, the one that it has a level X, but yeah, it's just a regular Uxie. Is it Uxie? It's either Uxie or Azelf. I want to say it's Uxie. Where you just put it down on your bench, draw up to 7 cards. Right? We've seen that in some capacity several times, whether it's discard your hand, draw X amount of cards with like Squawkabilly. The Dene change, which I believe was a discard draw 6.
It was discard draw 6. There was Shaman, which was just draw up to 6.
And then you had Crobat V, which was the same thing.
Yeah.
It was just draw up to 6.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to have both at the same time for like a significant period of time.
My theory, though, all right, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Every Meowth, every version of Meowth, so Galarian, Alolan, are all in this game.
Okay.
So I think that we're gonna get like a setup style like Galarian Meowth, and then like a Dedenne change style.
Oh, you think we're gonna get all of them? Okay.
Like a Alolan Meowth.
Sure.
Yeah, they'll give like a trump card ability to every Meowth.
Sure.
I think that'd be sick. Whether or not they're that creative,
I don't think that's gonna happen. It would be cool though. I don't think we're looking that far ahead. I just don't think they're gonna do it, but I think it would be really cool.
Objectively cool. Will they do it? Probably not.
Yeah, we do have a new tool coming out though. The Core Memory. It has to be attached to a Mega Zygarde, and for 4 fighting energy, you do 350, but you discard all energy from this Pokemon. And unlike the TMs we had in Scarlet and Violet, this does not get discarded at the end of your turn. So in theory, you could pull this off twice. It would probably take a lot, to be fair. but it is possible.
You get the Barbarackle.
That's my thought. Like if you have like 2 Barbarackles, that gets you 2 energy. You attach the third, and then supporter 1 on somehow.
Yeah.
Then we have a couple new supporters. There's Tarragon, which is put up to 4 in any combination of fighting Pokemon and basic fighting energy from a discard pile into your hand. More support for fighting, which is kind of definitely good for like Lucario, for the Zygarde engines, you know, a lot of different things. And we also have Naveen, which is a discard any number of cards from your hand, then draw cards until you have 5 in your hand. So it could be really good with certain archetypes. That one I'm actually curious if like Naveen is like actually good or if it's just like meme bait. You know what I mean?
No, I mean we've seen this effect. This was what Sightseer back in Sun and Moon era.
Yeah,
and
it was
just never saw play there.
It saw very niche play. Yeah, and I think that's where this card is going to also be, if not worse. Because like, I don't know, maybe it's good in Lucario just so you can like discard your fighting energy early and also draw back up. But I think you're just better off playing Research. Like the reason like Sightseer was good is because we didn't have Research or Carmine. Like, why is this card better than Carmine? You know what I mean?
It's not.
That's my thing. We do have a new stadium as well, which is kind of cool. Sorry, go ahead.
So maybe in 2 years when Carmine rotates, or a year when Carmine rotates.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, we have the new Lumiose City. Once during each player's turn, the player may search their deck for a basic Pokemon, put it on their bench, and that ends your turn. So it could be really good, like going first. If you're like a go first deck, you're like a Fan Rotom deck, you go ahead, you do all your stuff, drop your Lumiose, go grab your Terra.
Sure.
I don't see it, but like, you know, who knows? There's probably a deck in there somewhere. There's probably like a home for this card. Then we had 2 special energies. The Grow Grass energy gives you plus 20 HP. And the Rock Fighting energy, which we alluded to earlier, prevents all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to the fighting Pokemon this card is attached to. And a friendly reminder, damage is not an effect.
Yep.
So very cool to see. Was there anything in Ascended we need to look at?
I mean, Ascended's
Ascended. I don't think there's anything we haven't talked about here.
It's a reprint set, so
yeah, I kind of like the idea of special sets just being like collector bait. You know what I mean? Like just let it be the reprint. Let it be like the super expensive alt arts. Let it just be like almost nothing new. But there has been a leak on Twitter that apparently, if this is true, Pokepad will actually be in Ascended Heroes, which I'm not entirely against. I know you're very against it. So I'm going to let you tell me why it's bad.
I just think when you put like highly playable cards in special sets like this, and special sets are already kind of hard to come by, and you make them kind of collector bait, which is great because then all the main sets can be a bunch of playable stuff. It just puts Pokepad that far out of reach. It makes it. You said something about it earlier when we were talking like off camera about it having like the Night Stretcher effect, where like for the first 3 weeks after Strata Fable was released, you know, Night Stretchers were like $7 a piece because no one could get Shrouded Fable.
Yeah,
you couldn't buy it. Only the collectors were buying it, and they weren't really turning in bulk at that point.
Yeah, so I mean, like at its peak, Night Stretchers were selling for $5 each on TCG Player.
Yeah, which never feels good from a player perspective.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not, because Night Stretcher was an uncommon and Pokepad will be a common if the leaked image of the card is true. So that could be really good. The other thing I'm concerned about is also like the Hilda effect, where like we had a similar issue with Hilda where that was like a $5 card. But that also is an uncommon, also a supporter. So I'm hoping that there's just a like I'm hoping it's kind of like Wondrous Patch, where like I have 15 Wondrous Patches and I have not hunted. Like I haven't opened that much Phantasmal. Like I've probably opened the equivalent of like a box and a half. And like I have like 15. So I'm hoping, you know, if you open like 20 packs of Ascended, you have 4 Pokepads.
Yeah. That's what I would hope for. I just don't know if that's actually...
Yeah. I would love it if they would just not do that in special sets. Or like make a product, like make a theme deck that has like 4 Pokepads.
Yeah. I agree.
Like that would be really cool. I'd be very into that. But I don't think that is something we'll get anytime soon, unfortunately. But we will we'll have to see.
There's only one way to find out. It's next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Whoa. Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, no, I've never seen it.
I watched a little bit of Dragon Ball Z when it like first came, like not when it first came out, but like the first like 100 episodes. I want to go and watch. There's like it's Dragon Ball Z Kai, I think, and it's like an abridged version that like they eliminated all the filler. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't need a 20-minute episode of seeing Vegeta go oh, like I'm good, man. Like I watched 5 episodes and 30 seconds of things have happened.
Yeah, I don't
like. I get it. There's this big bad Frieza dude coming, and like we need to like not die to him because he's like big bad. But like, I don't need to know he's coming for 50 years before we just like do it, you know?
Brother, why?
Because it's boring. You know?
Yeah, I don't know about all that. That's crazy talk.
I'm just saying.
Right,
but I'm hoping that we have Pokepad in perfect order and not Ascended Heroes. But if we don't, I think Dragapult's way better. Thank God Dragapult hasn't been good. But
let us know what you think about the Pokebag deal.
Absolutely. What do you guys think of the Pokepad leak? Do you think it's real? Do you think it's fake? Do you think it's good if it's real? But we will see y'all next week on another episode of the PokeStop Podcast. See y'all later.
Later.